Okay, I think that I need to mute myself here.
Sorry, I was just muted for a little bit there. So right now, I want you to hop into the comments and tell me what value would reaching your big, bold health goals bring to your life in 2021. So hop in the comments. I am going to be engaging in the comments live during this presentation, definitely in the replay. I cannot wait to hear what you say. Sorry, I was just muted for a little bit there. So right now, I want you to hop into the comments and tell me what value would just a second your big, bold health goals bring to your life in 2021. Oh my gosh, this is obviously the fourth training of the day. Woo! All right, I got it. I got it under control now, guys. So anyways, I was watching my own presentation live. Here we go. Let's get back on track. What is this presentation all about anyways, right? So this is the 5 proven keys to unlock your metabolism and end yo-yo dieting. I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling to know what to eat, when to eat, and how to exercise to lose weight and keep it off, to creating a healthy, low insulin lifestyle that provides you with the lasting weight loss and health benefits that you deserve. Now stay with me until the very end, because if you decide to go on this weight loss journey with me, I have an extra special bonus that I want to get in your hands. And that's my perfect prep blueprint, where I teach you exactly how I prep my meals each and every week and give you 5 recipes. So stay with me until the end to learn how you can get your hands on that extra special bonus. Before we get started, here's one thing that I want you to do. Please turn off all your distractions. I know that we're virtual, right? And I know that it's easier said than done, but I do want you to silence your cell phone and turn it over so you can't see a notification pop up. I want you to take all those windows down off your computer right now so that you just see this training. Because if you stay focused, I will make this worth every minute of your time. But if you multitask through this whole thing, then you're going to walk away learning nothing. Stay with me, friends. You're already here. So be all here. Be fully present and focused on this training. And I promise you're going to get more out of it. I always like to give you a quick win. So let's dive into my 4-step Find Your Why formula. This is the secret to being consistent and motivated to stay on track. And this is where I start with each and every one of my clients, because your why, like, why do you want to get healthy? That is your anchor to any healthy habit you want to start. And without it, you're relying on willpower and motivation. And we all know that doesn't get us very far. Commitment creates consistency, and you are so much more committed to your why than any external number. So that's why it's a great first step to take. Capitalize on your energy and momentum so that when it fades, you have your why to keep you going. I want you to do this exercise within the next 24 hours of this training. So make a mental note of it when you are going to take 15 minutes to do this exercise. And there's a reason why the sign behind me in my YouTube videos always says, keep your eye on your why, because it works. So how do we find that why? The first thing I want you to do is grab a blank piece of paper and your favorite pen, because y'all know I'm a sucker for a really good pen. Then you're going to set a timer on your phone for 15 minutes. I want you to find a comfortable chair, maybe grab a cup of coffee or some hot tea, and set the mode to just relax. Take a deep breath with me and tap into that still, quiet, subconscious part of our brain that doesn't get very much attention. And for the next 15 minutes, here's what you're going to do. Remember that we mine for gold, and the same goes for your thoughts. You'll be tempted to do this quickly, but take your time and really do your best. I promise the payoff is worth it. Step number 1 is to write your big, bold goal at the top of the paper like this. Step number 2 is to draw 3 circles like this. And if I'm going a little bit fast, know that you're going to be able to watch the limited time replay so you can come back to this. Step number 3 is to label your circles. One is going to be labeled do, another feel, and the third is ripple. Now, don't worry about what these mean because I'm going to get to that in a minute. Step number 4 is to fill in the circles using these prompts. The first question I want you to ask yourself is, what will reaching this goal that I want to get to in 2021 allow me to do or do better? So often we seek external answers. We Google it. We ask what someone else thinks. But I really believe in the power of intuition and that you know deep down what you need to do. But in our busy world, we don't take the time to listen to our intuition. I really believe the first person we should ask a question to is ourselves. So ask yourself, what will reaching this goal allow me to do or do better? And write your thoughts in the do circle. And it might be helpful to use a 5-minute timer for each question to force yourself to really sit and think through each thought. The next question to ask yourself is, how will reaching this goal make me feel? What emotional gain is there to reaching this goal? And write your answer in the feel circle. The last question to ask yourself is, what is the ripple effect that reaching this goal will have on my life, on my family, my career, my future? Write that answer in the ripple circle. Now, the core of these circles is your why, and really all of this is your why. I say that you should be able to rattle off your why in 10 seconds or less, and it should include someone other than yourself. Otherwise, it's not clear enough and it's not strong enough. The truth is that every decision we make impacts the lives of others. And I often work with busy caretakers who honestly forget to take care of themselves. The flight attendant was right. We need to put our own oxygen masks on first before we can best help others. Once the 15 minutes is up, you've got to celebrate, my friend, because if you do this, you have officially found your why and will fast track your weight loss success. Use that 4-step find your why formula in the next 24 hours. I can't wait for you to see what insights flow and motivation comes your way. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how you can make the ultimate shift from struggling to know what to eat, when to eat, and how to exercise to lose weight and keep it off, to creating a healthy lifestyle that provides you with the lasting weight loss and health benefits you deserve. If you've gained and lost the same 20 or 30 pounds several times, there's no doubt your metabolism has taken a hit from the yo-yo diets. But this presentation will help you know how to boost it and start losing weight again. Now, I'm not entirely sure why you're here, but I can make some educated guesses. Reason number one is you are excited to learn how to break through a weight loss plateau without crazy restriction or doing things that aren't sustainable in the long run. You want to lose weight and keep it off in a way that feels doable and doesn't crash your metabolism. Reason number two is you're motivated to make a change, but goodness gracious, you're tired of general weight loss advice and you need clear, detailed guidance. So reason number three is you're intrigued. You're intrigued to learn the science behind weight loss so that you finally understand why you're doing what you're doing. And as one of my clients said, get rid of all of those diet rules mushing around in your brain. All right, I want you to type a 1, 2, or 3 in the comments so I know why you're here. It's okay if you have more than one reason. You can type all 3 if you want. Write it in the comments. Reason number 1, you're excited to break through your plateau to lose weight and keep it off without crazy diets. Reason number 2, you're motivated to get clear guidance to optimize your plan instead of general weight loss advice. And number 3, you want to learn how to lose weight, how it actually works, like the science behind it, so that you can forget about all these made up diet rules. Now, wherever you are today in your health journey, 1, 2, or 3, I fully support you. I get you. I know where you're at, and I know how it feels like to want something different, to need a change, and have that determination to do whatever it takes to get it done. And I'm so proud of you for being here today. I want you to be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. And I'm so excited to get into these 5 keys to unlock your metabolism. But before we get there, I'm going to take just a couple short minutes and introduce myself. I'm Dr. Morgan, and I live in Nebraska. For our foreign viewers, that's right smack in the middle of America. I'm married to Justin, who farms corn and soybeans, and we have two amazing kids. Dawson, right in the middle there, is almost 3, and Leah will be 1 this month. And that's Dawson's face whenever we say, "Smile, Dawson." He just has that mouth open, wide grin. And you can tell Leah there is just a sweet little pea. So, I really started weight loss for health after struggling to lose weight when I had my son. Naturally, after having a child, my exercise capacity was limited, and the foods I thought that should help me lose weight, they weren't working. I was determined to get the weight off because I wanted to be a healthy, active role model for my kids. As a geriatric physical therapist, I'd seen firsthand the negative downstream effects of excess weight. Now, by training, I'm a board certified clinical specialist in geriatric physical therapy. My job was to help people rehab from illness and injury. And I noticed a common theme. Over 95% of my patients were overweight and had multiple comorbidities or illnesses, usually occurring together: diabetes, heart disease, and some form of cognitive impairment or dementia. And as I researched weight loss for myself, I realized that there was a common underlying factor at the heart of not only weight, but chronic disease that I was treating. And that was insulin resistance. And when I started learning about how to live a low insulin lifestyle, honestly, the weight came off with ease. But for me, the sad and shocking part, truly shocking, was the level of misinformation I had about weight loss. Even after studying health and nutrition and disease prevention for 7 years. And I thought, how on earth, if I don't know this, how on earth is anyone else supposed to know this stuff? So I've made it my life's mission to help other women reduce their insulin resistance and risk factors before they turn into disease. I never want you to need a geriatric physical therapist or wait for someone to answer your call light to go to the bathroom or need a lift chair to stand up. It's so much easier to prevent disease in the first place than kick the can down the road. This picture was taken during COVID, having not been to the gym in a year and having a 9-month-old. What I teach is not rocket science, but it isn't common practice either. It works no matter your age or stage in life. Now that I'm living a low insulin lifestyle, I eat more and exercise less than ever before in my life, with a better body composition than in high school. I feel confident my clothes will fit and have the strength and energy required to keep up with my kids. I don't struggle with emotional eating, and I have fewer carb and sugar cravings. No woman should feel resigned to live in a body she doesn't like. You deserve to have control over your health, your life, and your future. Can you imagine how you would feel if you knew your weight loss success was inevitable? What would it be like to never have to go on a diet again? If you never felt like you had to start again on Monday? If you just lived a healthy, balanced lifestyle? Gosh, imagine the mental headspace you'd get back if your weight wasn't constantly on your mind. This is possible for you. Living a low insulin lifestyle is the simplest, most powerful way to lose weight, keep it off, increase your energy, reduce food cravings, and improve your health. When how will this affect my insulin instead of how many points or calories does this have becomes your new litmus test for whether or not something will help you lose weight. Weight loss is going to click. Decisions become clearer and you get better, lasting results. If you're anything like me, you like to know where you're going. So here's a quick roadmap of this training so you know what's coming your way. First, we are going to start with key number 1 to boost your metabolism. And that's learning how to structure your meals in a way that keeps insulin low and fuels your body so that you're full and satisfied from one meal to the next. Now, key number 2 is to learn my secret to automate healthy eating. And this one took me a while to master, and that's why I call it my domino habit. This one thing, if I get it done each and every week, the rest of my healthy habits fall into place much easier. We move on to key number 3 to unlock your metabolism. And it's the most powerful tool in your weight loss toolbox. The amazing part is that you're already doing this and don't even know it. I'll also share 2 bonus tips that are super important for speeding up your metabolism that are simple and effective and so commonly overlooked. The next key relates to exercise. You'll learn the key to stop thinking about exercise and start actually being consistent. Plus, I'll cover the most common myth about exercising for weight loss. It's not only going to boost your metabolism for better weight loss, but you're going to get better health benefits too. And the last key is what I call the other side of the weight loss coin. The first 4 all relate to what you do, and key number 5 is related to how you think. I can give you all the weight loss strategy in the world. But if you still have limiting thoughts and beliefs about what it takes to lose weight and keep it off, you're not going to get the results that you want. Lastly, I'm going to give you a behind the scenes look into Weight Loss for Health, which is my private online weight loss program. And you'll learn exactly what you'd get if you choose to join me within the next week. And be sure that you stay until the end, because remember, I promised to tell you how you can get your hands on my favorite batch recipes that I call the Perfect Prep Blueprint. It's going to walk you through exactly how I batch my lunches each and every week and give you 5 of my favorite, easy, fast recipes that you can start using right away. Let's get into key number 1, and that is how to structure your meals to reduce carb and sugar cravings. Now, before we get started, I wanted to point out a common limiting belief about weight loss that I hear a lot, like a lot. And that is that you have to feel hungry or restricted and miserable to lose weight. Have you been there? Have you ever tried to lose weight by starving yourself? It's miserable. So often when I'm reviewing client food logs, they're under eating. And when we dig into their mindset, it's because in the past, they've had to starve themselves or feel like they were to lose any weight. Feeling full was associated with overeating and shame. Inevitably, they were under fueling their bodies and experiencing carb and sugar cravings because their body was begging for energy. When you lose weight with a low insulin lifestyle, you'll stop focusing on calories or points and start learning about macronutrients. You'll eat more food than you're probably comfortable with. And again, that's just a mindset block that I teach you how to overcome in my program. So what do I mean when I say macronutrients? Well, macronutrients are nutrients we need in larger quantities. There are 3 main categories: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Under each macronutrient umbrella, there are different types. So not all carbs, proteins, or fats are created equally. So for example, under the carb umbrella, there are starches, sugar, and fiber. Starches and sugars, especially when refined, like added sugar or white flour, will spike blood glucose. And insulin's job is to move blood sugar from your bloodstream into your cells for storage. So a higher blood sugar will lead to a higher insulin. Higher insulin will lead to a higher body set weight. I go far more in depth in module 2, fuel, of Weight Loss for Health, but I wanted to give you an overview here. Starches and sugars will cause the greatest insulin response, whereas fiber slows digestion, so it has a negative response. You do not need to give up carbs to lose weight. And I have a lot of carb tricks inside my program to teach you how to eat carbs in a way that's healthy, that reduces the glucose response, so you don't gain 2 pounds just for having some ice cream. Now, if macros are new to you, you may think that tracking them is going to be hard, but it's not at all. Technology makes this very simple. Inside my program, I have how-to videos to set up and use the Carb Manager application. That way you can see the macronutrient breakdown of your food, and you can estimate how that food will impact your insulin and choose accordingly. So many of my members have gone most of their adult life eating all the fruit they wanted because they thought fruit was free. But once they started using Carb Manager, they realized that most fruit is just sugar. But there are some, like berries, that have a higher fiber ratio. So they start to slowly change their diet to eat less of the high sugar fruits like grapes, apples, and bananas, and more of the low sugar fruits like berries. For example, if you have 100 calories of fruit, those 100 calories will affect your blood glucose differently depending on how much fiber is in the fruit. I looked up 100 calories of banana and blackberries in the Carb Manager application and took a screenshot here for you. Now, both of them have similar carbs, but if that's all you're looking at, the carbs, the total carbs, you're not making an optimized decision. You're going to want to look at something called net carbs. Net carbs are the total carbs minus the fiber, because remember, fiber has a negative impact on blood glucose and insulin. When we do that, we can see that one medium banana has 27 grams of total carbs minus 3 grams of fiber, so 24 net carbs. That means 24 carbs in the banana come from a starch or sugar. Now, conversely, when we look at 1 3/4 cups of blackberries, they have 24 net carbs, but 13 grams of fiber. And for reference, women should aim for about 25 grams of fiber per day. 25. So 24 total, right? That's total carbs, 24 in the blackberries, minus 13 of fiber is only 11 net carbs. So 11 grams of carbs are coming from starch and sugar. Therefore, the blackberries will have a lower impact on blood glucose and insulin. The 100 calories you eat of blackberries will help you lose weight more than the 100 calories from the banana because of how they impact insulin, your fat creation and storage hormone. Now, how food affects your insulin is important to learn because it indicates that you're keeping blood sugar stable. You're preventing spikes. But when your blood sugar spikes from high sugar and starch foods, it's going to fall again, right? That's why it's important to master your nutrients. And that drop's going to lead to a crash in your energy and low blood sugar, and it's going to trigger you to want to eat more carbs. And that carb cycle is going to continue. So eating foods that keep blood glucose and insulin stable will help. But what also helps is to recognize that certain foods trigger your satiety or fullness hormones better than others. Your satiety hormones are the ones that keep you full. And again, I cover this in depth in module 2, but this chart is as simple as it gets. Protein, fat, and fiber help trigger your satiety hormones. Starches and sugars do not. That's why we always have room for dessert, even after a big meal, because those nutrients don't really make us feel any much fuller than we already are. So we're really going to hammer home here why a calorie is not a calorie when it comes to losing weight. Right now, I want you to imagine that you are hungry and that you ate 1 medium chicken breast. Now imagine that you're hungry and have 3 small chocolate chip cookies. They're both about 230 calories, but which imagined situation made you feel more full? Eating the chicken, right? I could eat 10 chocolate chip cookies and still not be full. And here's why. 1 medium chicken breast has 0 grams of fiber, 42 grams of protein, and 6 grams of fat. When we add that up, 48 grams are coming from nutrients that trigger satiety. Really, all of the food. That's why it's called nutrient dense. Now let's compare that to the chocolate chip cookies. They have 1 gram of fiber, 2 grams of protein, and 12 grams of fat. That's only 15 grams of nutrients that will trigger satiety. The other 29 grams comes from the starch and sugar in the cookies, and those will not trigger satiety. Further, they will spike blood glucose and insulin. That's why cookies are not considered a nutrient-dense food. When it comes to how to eat to lose weight, so many women have just counted calories or points because they didn't know and understand a more effective alternative. They've bought into one of the biggest weight loss myths that a calorie is a calorie. And that's false because, as you've just seen, different types of macronutrients affect insulin and satiety hormones differently. So, when I'm coaching my weight loss for health members, I'm really focused on how they are fueling their bodies. Are they eating enough nutrients to stay full and reassure their bodies that they're getting enough food? And unfortunately, you just can't rely on health food packaging to do this work for you. You have to know what's in your food. So many quote unquote health foods are loaded with added sugar and not helpful to lose weight. In my program, I teach members how to calculate their ideal macronutrient ratios, like how much protein to aim for in a day to optimally fuel your body. I have an entire nutrition reflection checklist inside my sustainable weight loss system that you're actually going to see later in this training that goes through all the checkpoints I use for my one-on-one clients to optimize their nutrition. I wanted to share some stories of members who learned what I just taught and then put it into action inside my program. Susan said, after eating low fat, no fat, and counting points from the 1990s, Morgan has reversed all those years of eating small meals. She's convinced me that fat is good. I'm eating more and lost weight. Who knew? Learned how to read labels for sugar and protein numbers. Now, as you can tell from her testimonial, she was in another weight loss program for a long time. And I get a lot of members from a lot of different weight loss programs, and all of them are under fueling. They have not been taught the basics about nutrition and how to properly fuel your body. And that's exactly what I teach my members how to do in Module 2. Once you learn how to do this, you're going to get rid of the calories in, calories out mindset and won't feel like you need to burn a bunch of calories or exercise a ton to lose weight. Here's one success story to prove that you don't need to exercise a ton to lose weight. Before I started with Morgan, I lost weight from time to time, but it always crept back on. I did not understand the nutritional aspects of weight management. At age 59, I wanted a weight and wellness solution so I could focus on a future of activities with my family and keeping up with my grandchildren. Morgan helped me learn what to eat and why it was necessary to keep the weight off. In 20 weeks, I lost 20 pounds without changing how I exercise. I feel more confident in my appearance and have more than enough energy to play with my grandchildren. When you give your body satiating nutrients from healthy fat, protein, and fiber, you're going to have fewer carb and sugar cravings. Here's what Cindy had to say after using the sustainable weight loss system that I teach. I'm physically feeling better. Very little sugar cravings. My clothes are fitting better, so something is happening. I don't feel deprived on this program, and I'm eating foods that I love that hold me over. You do not have to feel deprived to lose weight. Now, I know what I just covered may have been completely new to you, and that's okay. It was new to me when I first learned about it too, but it's so empowering to finally feel like you understand the science behind weight loss. I don't know about you, but I'm busy, and I had to learn how to live a low insulin lifestyle in a way that didn't take a bunch of time or effort. And that brings us to key number 2 to unlock your metabolism. This stuff won't work if you're not consistent, but you're more likely to be consistent when something's easy and obvious. So the biggest thing that helped me is meal prepping and batching like a boss. I mean it. I've dialed in a system that I teach to my members for how to prep healthy lunches for the entire week. If I can take 1 hour or usually less to batch make my lunches, I'm way more likely to fuel my body with healthy food instead of snack or go out for fast food. It saves me a load of time and thought knowing I only have to pop my pre-made meal into the microwave for a couple of minutes. Again, at the end of this presentation, I'll tell you how you can get my top 5 batching recipes that take me less than an hour to make over the weekends. All of them are perfectly portioned and have adequate amounts of protein, fat, and fiber. Because that's a very common question that my members ask is, how can I get more protein in my diet? Well, this free resource will fast track your meal prepping success, but I will stick around to the end because that's when you're going to learn how to get it. Here's just a few benefits of meal prepping and batching that I have found is that it saves you time and energy It saves time tracking food because you just copy it from one day to the next. You're going to save money, and it's going to save yourself from getting off track because you already know what you're going to eat. That's been really nice for me. And I get that you may have tried prepping before, because when I first started this, I'll admit I bit off more than I could chew, because 4 hours into the process, my kitchen looked like a tornado had come through. It was a mess, and I was completely overwhelmed. And then my husband would get on me for making too much food that I didn't end up eating. I had a lot of false starts when it came to prepping my food, but I've dialed it into a simple, streamlined, hour-long process on the weekend. Losing weight does not need to take up your entire life. It does not need to take a ton of thought or time. I went before you to give you lots of shortcuts. And there's an entire masterclass in Weight Loss for Health about how to master your habits. 2 of the rules for habit change is to make it easy and obvious. Meal prepping, at least one of your meals for the week, does just that. I also have an entire lesson in the program with a meal prepping checklist to help you streamline and simplify this process, because you can absolutely master this time-saving habit. Now, key number 3 to unlock your metabolism is to optimize something that you're already doing each and every day, and that's fasting. You're already doing this when you're sleeping. That's why the first meal of the day is called breakfast. And this is a picture of module 3 in my course, where I really dive deep into the benefits of fasting. And I've listed some here on the slide for you. So it reduces insulin resistance better than low calorie or low carb. So it's more effective for long-term weight loss. It's also going to reduce your risk for diabetes, heart disease, and dementia. Lowers inflammation for less joint pain and improved mental clarity and focus. It saves money and time from food planning and cooking and cleaning. We don't need any more cleaning in our lives. It's powerful, it's simple, it's free, it's flexible, and it allows your food to be better digested between meals. So intermittent fasting has been such a great tool that I've used in my lifestyle and taught to my members. But I understand that it can be a little intimidating. Maybe you've had some false starts for intermittent fasting, and you can get benefits with as little as 12 to 14 hours a day. So I'm all about baby steps here. I wanted to show you some of the science behind it. Both of these next 2 graphs come from the book, The Complete Guide to Fasting by Dr. Jason Fung and Jimmy Moore. The first graph shows the difference in insulin with a standard diet of 55% of calories from carbohydrates to a very low carbohydrate diet like keto with less than about 5% of calories from carbohydrates to a 3-day fast. You can see the results are pretty stunning. A very low carb diet can reduce insulin by more than 50%, but you can get another 50% just by fasting. Now, because so many of my members don't want to do keto, I teach them to live a moderate, healthy carb, intermittent fasting lifestyle, so they don't have to go too extreme on one end or the other to get the benefits of fasting. Now, you might be thinking, well, couldn't fasting lead to more weight loss just because you're eating fewer calories? And the answer is not really. It's really more about insulin. A randomized trial illustrated the difference between a standard chronic calorie restricted diet, which, by the way, crashes metabolism. And this kind of illustrates why, but a 5-2 diet fasting schedule. So that's where 5 days a week you're eating normally, like 3 meals a day within a 10 to 12 hour eating window. And you're eating about 2,000 calories. That's what they did in the study. And then 2 days a week, you're having only 1 meal a day at about 500 or 600 calories. So the study compared the effectiveness of daily caloric reduction and intermittent fasting among 107 women, right? So one group reduced their daily caloric intake from 2,000 calories to 1,500 per day. So that's your normal calorie reduction diet. The other group was allowed normal calorie intake of about 2,000 calories 5 days a week, but only 25% of that, or 500 calories, on 2 days of the week. And again, that's the 5-2 fasting schedule. Over the course of a week, the average calorie intake for the two groups was very similar. So it was 10,500 calories per week for the reduced calorie group and 11,000 calories per week for the fasting group. And both of them had Mediterranean style diets. But here's what's interesting. So after 6 months, both groups had similar levels of weight loss and fat loss, but the 5-2 fasting group showed a clear, substantial improvement in insulin levels and insulin resistance, whereas the chronic calorie reduction group didn't. So that means that they had similar results on the scale, but the scale doesn't tell the whole picture because the people that did the fasting, and again, that's a really doable thing. I teach you how to do that in my program. They will have longer weight loss. They're going to have a better chance of keeping it off, and they're going to reduce their risk of disease because they truly lowered their insulin. And I wanted to show you a great story of this. So Betty lost 17 pounds and she's no longer pre-diabetic. Her lipid profile, although previously in the normal ranges, was still much improved. And her doctor said that she could get off Lipitor for a 6-month trial. Her triglycerides decreased from 134 to 63, and HDL increased from 58 to 78 since August when she started the program. So she said, "Thank you, Morgan. This program has been life-changing." And Carol said, "My previously high blood pressure readings are now down to numbers I haven't seen since my 30s. My percentage of body fat is down and my percentage of lean muscle mass is up. I've lost inches from my hips, waist, and thighs, and I fit into my clothes better. I gladly give up my crown as queen of the cookies." So no matter your age or stage in life, what I teach you will work. And this is Sue's story. See if you can relate to this one. So she said, "I've tried every weight loss program under the sun. I've never seen long-term results. I lose weight and immediately gain it back. This program has given me new insight into my weight loss journey. I understand what works, but more importantly, why it works. Morgan's program is not a diet. It's my new way of life." I like to say that intermittent fasting is the best way to recalibrate your relationship with food. It really brings out emotional eating tendencies when you're trying to not eat during a certain time frame. And the hard truth is that we're all emotional eaters, right? Myself included. And often that mental discomfort of not having food to turn to when we're bored, mad, sad, tired, or procrastinating is more uncomfortable than the few minutes of hunger pains you may feel. And the first fasting myth is that you won't be able to handle the hunger. And while it might take a couple of weeks for your body to get used to it, it's completely worth any short-term mental or physical discomfort to reap these long-term weight loss and health benefits. Another mental block is that you have to have 5 to 6 small meals a day to quote unquote keep your metabolism up. And that if you didn't eat, your body would go into starvation mode. And the idea of starvation mode is really that our metabolism would decrease severely and that our bodies would shut down in response to fasting, that fasting isn't healthy. And that, that's really perpetuated by food marketing companies who just want you to snack more, buy more of their food, and boost their profits because science tells us otherwise. People have been fasting for centuries. Your adrenaline levels actually increase when you're fasting, which will increase your metabolic rate, not decrease it. Another common myth is that fasting will provoke compensatory overeating, that it could make you extra hungry and unable to avoid food temptations. And while there is a little bit of a mental learning curve to fasting, once you practice it for a while and have a solid plan for how to break your fast and what you're eating when you are eating, this isn't going to be an issue. And even if you're doing a day-long fast, your hunger hormone, ghrelin, will gradually decrease throughout the day, not increase. And this was my biggest surprise after my first 24-hour fast. And I don't teach anything longer than a 24-hour fast in my program, was that each time the hunger would come, I thought it was going to be stronger and stronger and stronger. But the opposite was true. It got less and less throughout the day. And that's been proven by the research too. This graph shows how ghrelin, your hunger hormone, works. Ghrelin is pulsatile in nature. So it pulses around your normal meal times and then goes back down. So you will get hungry around your normal meal times, but I teach you so many tricks to ride the hunger wave inside of Weight Loss for Health. And as the day goes on, say you're doing a 20 or 24-hour fast, look at this. The levels of ghrelin actually decrease throughout the day. And that's what I experienced and just shared with you. Now, one of the reasons I love my program is because it's filled with incredible women who are really doing the work. I wanted to share a couple of fasting stories with you to prove that yes, you can do this and yes, it does work. So Joan said, I started doing the program after reading Atomic Habits and the Obesity Code. I lost 30 pounds. I took your course and it has helped me get back on track after a long plateau. And this is the first time in decades that I've been able to lose weight and keep it off. So each week inside the private online community for Weight Loss for Health, I ask members to post a win and an action item for the week. And one member posted this win about her first 24-hour fast. Tried my first ever 24-hour fast last week. Went from lunch on Thursday to lunch on Friday. It was a success. I never got hangry. I just decided this was something I could do, and I did it. So she'd actually been showing up regularly to office hours each week and getting in-depth coaching about mindset blocks that were really preventing her from trying a longer fast. And this personal coaching really helped her get out of her own way, give it a shot, and see success. Let's move on to the fourth key to boost your metabolism. We all know that exercise is good for us. And from a metabolic standpoint, strength training is better than cardio. Minute for minute, you're going to improve your insulin sensitivity better with strength training versus cardio. You're going to build muscle. You're going to boost your metabolism. But how do we actually start strength training? How do we turn that insight into action? Well, how do you get anything done? You put it on your calendar. The key to stop thinking about exercise and start doing it is simple. You have to commit. You have to put it on your calendar. Ideally, put it on your work calendar and show up for it like it's the most important meeting of your day. So many women think that they have to allocate an hour to get dressed, go to the gym, get on the treadmill for a boring half-hour walk. They mentally whine and complain the whole time, and it's no wonder they don't want to go. You know, most of my workouts after I had my son were 10 minutes of strength training right before I crashed on the couch at night. 10 minutes a day, guys, that can get you very, very far. So what I want you to do instead of focusing on all the steps and all the time your workout is going to take is focus on the moment of decision. In my Mastering Your Habits Masterclass, you'll get so many ideas for how to change your thoughts, environment, and habits. But one of my favorite tips is to master the moment of decision. And that comes from James Clear in Atomic Habits. And Newton said that a body in motion tends to stay in motion. All you got to do is get into motion. Master the moment of decision. Focus on the first 2 minutes of the task, not the entire thing. So instead of focusing on going for your half-hour walk, focus on putting your shoes on. Focus on shutting your work computer. Maybe create a timer on your phone that says, hey, it's time for your walk. Let's get going. So thus far, we've covered the first 4 keys to boost your metabolism. Key number 1 was to focus on eating foods that keep insulin low and satiation high. That was key number 1. Key number 2 was to learn how to make meal planning and prepping fast and easy. Key number 3 was to use intermittent fasting. Key number 4 was to master the moment of decision, especially with strength training, and put exercise on your calendar. And that brings us to the master key. But before we get to this master key to unlock your full weight loss potential and your metabolism, let's do a little quick reverse here. So if you're multitasking, come back to me. I've got a question. When you lose your weight and create your healthy low insulin lifestyle, notice I said when, not if, because your success is inevitable. What is one thing that you're going to be able to do or do better at a lower weight? Are you going to be able to keep up with your family? Go hiking on vacation? Fit into that kayak better? be able to get up from the floor better? So get in the comments right now because I want to hear from you. When you lose your weight, what is one thing that you're going to be able to do or do better? Let me know. The master key to unlock your metabolism is to master your mindset. Now, I could have said sleep and stress management because physiologically, those are integral parts of lowering your insulin as well. But the truth is that mindset is the foundation of it all. You know the verse, if you build your house on sand, when the rain and storms come and the house falls, because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. And my guess is that you've experienced that in your own weight loss journey. But maybe you didn't recognize the limiting thoughts and beliefs holding you back, creating a foundation of sand. Because there are 4 pillars to lowering insulin: nutrition, including what you eat and intermittent fasting, exercise, sleep, and stress. I cover all of those in depth and walk you through not only the science, right? Because that's cool and all. But what we really need to do is apply the science and change your health habits. And I talk you through step by step how to do that in my program. But it really did take me years of coaching before I discovered that habit change and thought change are not the same thing. Most weight loss programs don't address how your limiting thoughts, beliefs, and fears surrounding weight loss will impact your results. Now, I have another free training called the 5-step system to stop self-sabotage so you can lose weight and keep it off. And in that, I go deeper into this topic, and a replay of that's going to be available, but only for a very limited time, just a week while enrollment's open. So if you're interested in that, be sure to hop on it. Because I believe that we have 2 kinds of weight to lose: physical and mental. If you're struggling to lose weight, you may be focusing on the wrong kind of weight. Mental weight is the brake pedal of weight loss. It's subconscious and sneaky. Most people have lived with mental weight so long that it's their blind side. And mental weight can be things like limiting dysfunctional thoughts, a negative attitude, or a resistance to get help, fear, or another emotion disguised as fear, like procrastination. Mental weight leads to self-sabotage and weight regain. If you want to lose physical weight and keep it off, you'll have to face your mental weight. This is the hard part of weight loss, and it also happens to be my favorite because when you lose the mental weight, your entire life changes. You gain energy, confidence, focus, and clarity. Gosh, you stop quitting on yourself. Women, the only thing we have to give up to lose weight is giving up. Here's a great visual of how fear impacts your results. F stands for fears, limiting thoughts, and false beliefs about weight loss. When you have fears like, I'm afraid I'm never going to be able to lose this weight, or nothing's going to work for me, that causes negative emotions like apathy, isolation, depression, anxiety, and fatigue. Those emotions lead to negative actions like sitting on the couch, watching TV, eating those chips, because you have too much mental weight holding you down to do anything about your physical weight. And then you're going to get negative results from your inaction. It truly all stems back to what's between your ears. And that's why mindset is the cornerstone of weight loss. You've got to believe in yourself or be willing to learn how to believe in yourself. There has never been a better time to lose weight because of COVID. We've all been cooped up for a year and have been so well reminded of the importance and value of good health. I've heard from so many women who just let themselves go this year because they felt so restricted in other areas of life that food was the only place they could let up. This year changed all of us. This year changed you. This year changed me. We are stronger, but you're here because you need a change. And maybe you thought, I need something different. I'm not going to live a mediocre life. I want an amazing life and I want to learn how to do it. This is your time to take back control of your health, weight, and life. Ask yourself, what are the consequences if you don't get your health under control? Don't let your health or weight get any worse before you decide to take action. Because to be honest, there is no perfect time or right time. There's only today, right now. Someday and one day are not on the calendar, and aging makes weight loss harder for two reasons. Number one is your habits become more ingrained. Number two is your metabolism slows down even more. Your weight will never be easier to lose than it is today. Weight loss is like investing money. You put a little in now so you can get more out of your health and live the life you want down the road. So, with that, I want to share with you one more quick story. Kathy came to me with a primary concern of moderate to severe knee pain that really limited her quality of life and mobility. In the morning, she was stiff and had a hard time just going downstairs. She walked regularly and was a jazzerciser. She wanted to optimize her nutrition and strength training to lose weight, improve mobility, and reduce knee pain. With her plan, food came first. Most of her breakfast smoothie was just sugar, so we had to create a diet that included more fiber, fat, and protein. She started a strength training program and eventually worked her way into intermittent fasting. Her results were amazing. She had increased energy, stamina, and no knee pain. She reported being able to run down the stairs in the morning. Pretty big change from the stiffness and pain that she used to have. And as a physical therapist, to me, the incredible part was I never touched her knee. Her pain healed from the inside out with a low insulin lifestyle that also reduced inflammation and built muscle around her knee to support it better. So here's what Kathy said. My original concern of severe left knee pain has been alleviated beyond my wildest dreams. I have gained muscle as well as confidence by adding strength training back into my life. Through better nutrition, hydration, and exercise, I am pain-free and can do all I want to do physically. My energy is more than enough for whatever life throws at me. My blood glucose has returned to a very good score of 80. My triglycerides dropped and my HDL has also been going up. My experience has been life-enhancing and a joyous journey. If Kathy, Sue, Betty, Carol, Susan, and so many other women can do it, so can you. I want you to have this kind of happiness and success in your life. So I have a question for you. Would you like me to help you create your low insulin lifestyle so you can get healthy, lose weight, and finally learn how to keep it off? I hope you're saying yes. I hope you're saying, come on, Morgan, teach me how. Because with that, I want to invite you to join me inside of Weight Loss for Health. Weight Loss for Health is the only online training of its kind that shows you exactly how to start and maintain your low insulin lifestyle so that you can lose your weight and get healthy from the inside out without crazy restrictions and the constant second guessing of, am I doing this right? So here's what you're going to put into action inside Weight Loss for Health. You're going to learn how to set short, attainable goals and follow through consistently. You're going to learn how to fuel your body with the right amount and combinations of protein, carbs, and fats to lose weight. You're going to learn how to effectively use intermittent fasting to burn fat for fuel. You're going to dial in your sleep, stress, and movement. And next, I want to take you behind the scenes and show you exactly what you'd get if you join Weight Loss for Health today. And remember, while I'm showing you the desktop version, you're going to get instructions in the orientation video for how to download the app so that you don't have to log in on a desktop each time. You'd simply pull up the app on your phone or tablet. So the program is the back door to my website. And once you join, you're going to be able to click here to log in. You'll enter the name and email that you used when you checked out to log in. Once you log in, you're going to be taken to your library page where you're going to find, here, let me catch up the video here. You're going to find 4 products. Let's wait just a second. Usually that video auto plays for me. Don't you love technology sometimes? Well, the good news, folks, is there's always a plan B. So if you're watching this live on YouTube and you want to physically see what's inside the program, you can always just go and rewatch the video that I'm going to be putting up live. I can try to show you here too. I just don't want to mess up anything. So I'm going to escape. Let me show you. So it's the back door. I muted myself. Okay. So since our little video is not working right now, I'm going to just show it to you. So when you join, you can get logged in and there's 4 products here. So there's the course, the community, one-on-one coaching, and then a recipe bank. So these are older versions of the product. I want to show you the course first because that's really the meat of the program. And here is the orientation video, and then there's going to be 4 modules, okay? Module 1 is called the follow-through formula. Module 2 is called fuel. Module 3 is called fast. Module 4 is sleep, stress, and movement. And currently, there are 6 deep dive masterclasses into sticking points that I saw with my one-on-one clients, like how to end carb and sugar cravings, emotional eating, how to break through a weight loss plateau, and how to maintain your weight loss. So just to give you a little sneak peek here, I talk about the sustainable weight loss system. So let's click into one of these lessons. They're all pre-recorded videos for you. And you can pick your learning style. So if you like to read, all of the transcripts are ready. There's audio downloads if you just want to download those and listen to it like an audio program. Almost every lesson has a fun sheet, which is where I've kind of taken notes for you and then given you action items to implement. But here's the sustainable weight loss system document. So it's a PDF download. And in it is all of those great nutrition reflection questions, like how to set your implementation intentions. So here's those nutrition reflection questions. And then I'm not going to show you all of it, but I walk you through what to do each day and week to lose your weight. So it's all laid out in a step-by-step format. And then just to give you an example of the fun sheet here, that's what it looks like. It's a PDF download and it has action steps. So really action-based program. Now I teach you how to log your food, right? And here's those how-to videos. So in Carb Manager on this tab up here, these are all of the how-to training videos. So how to set up your account, how to add foods to your log, how to create a recipe, how to scan a food, and how to add me as a friend, because during office hours, I can actually see what you're eating if we're friends on Carb Manager, and I can help you troubleshoot live. So let's go back to the library and take a look at the community. So this is like a private Facebook group, but off of Facebook. Keeps it really organized and streamlined. So once a week, well, first of all, here's the topics, right? So it's organized, wins, accountability, office hours, and then they go down for different topics. So once a week, I recommend that you click in here and that you post a win in the community. So my win for today was I'm going to be able to fast for more mental clarity during the live trainings. And I broke my fast at lunch, but it was still pretty nice to be able to have that metabolic flexibility to do that. And then an accountability item once a week, each week during office hours. Those are every Wednesday. I record those. And then if you can't attend live, you can watch the replay video. And you can always submit a question ahead of time or post in the community. I'm very active in the community for support. And then back to the library, the other 2 products that you'll have access to is one-on-one coaching. So if you decide to join and you feel like you need a little bit more individualized support or accountability, you can book a 30-minute or a 60-minute session. All of the instructions are here, super easy for you. And then when you join, you're going to have the option of booking something called a lifestyle audit. And that's just like a thorough evaluation where we dig into past medical history, goals, and your current health, and find the nutritional approach, the lifestyle approach that's right for you. So you can purchase that right after you check out for the program. And then the last thing I wanted to show you here was the recipe bank. So I always get asked, what do you eat, Morgan? And so I just put it in here for you so you don't have to sift through all of these blogs online to find stuff that I like to eat. And then members are very good about sharing recipes as well. So it's just like that. Ingredients, directions. You can download it there if you want to print it off. And I think that that's all that I really wanted to show you from here. So I'm going to get back into the presentation. So come back here. Okay. Oh, now the video is working. How about that? So to join today, all it is $249. I have charged $1,300 for this program in the past, and a VIP coaching package with me is $3,000. So $249 is a great entry level cost to get all of my resources, all of these pre-recorded trainings ready for you at your fingertips. And it's a $229 joining fee and then $29 a month for a recurring subscription fee to join the program. To join today, all you have to do is go to weightlossforhealth.com/enroll. Or if you're watching on the website, you can click enroll now. If you're watching on the YouTube live, there's going to be a link in the description for you to join. So I try to make it as easy as possible for you to find that link and join. I do have a 14-day satisfaction guarantee. So it's literally risk-free for you to join. You don't have anything to lose but your weight. So if you join and go through the first 2 weeks of material, I want you to do the work. Actually fill out those fun sheets. And if you aren't happy, send me an email showing that you did the work and I will give you your money back. You can get started right now for just $249. And then each month thereafter, you're automatically going to be charged $29 per month as long as you want access to the program. And you can cancel at any time. Just click the button below or go to weightlossforhealth.com/enroll to get started. So right now you have about two options. Option one is you don't make a plan to get healthy and you're in the same place this time next year with unresolved questions, and maybe you have wasted time and more money trying things that don't work. Option two is you 100% commit to making yourself a priority and being proactive about your health using my proven roadmap. You give up giving up. Now, I hope you go with option number two, because imagine yourself 1 year from now and think about how far you could go if you join today versus keep trying to do this on your own. Think about all the resources ready and waiting for you to change your habits, break through plateaus, and emotional eating, and so much more. Who is going to be your support? And will they really know enough about what you're trying to accomplish to give you the empathy and the encouragement that you need? Now, I don't want you to wait. I want you to jump into Weight Loss for Health right now. If this is something you're excited about and you want to do. So if you enroll while I'm still here live, you'll also get that bonus that I told you about, the perfect prep blueprint. It has my 3-part healthy lunch bowl formula with 5 easy and quick lunches that you can prep ahead of time, all perfectly portioned with healthy fat, protein, and fiber. If you join while we are live on this training, I will email that to you tomorrow morning. But you do have to enroll while we're still here live on this call to get that special perfect prep bonus. That's just a little extra incentive to help you take action now, because I don't want you to put off your goals any longer. Creating my sustainable weight loss system honestly took me thousands of hours of research and over a decade to perfect. And you know what? If I can do this, anybody can do this. I'm not special. I don't have magical weight loss powers. I just have tried things over and over again to find what works. And I'm giving that to you in a proven roadmap. So if you're watching live, you can see this slide. You can see all that you're going to get with the 4 modules and the master classes and the bonuses. There's a lot, right? But you don't have to implement as fast as you learn. But what's more important is what you're going to do. I teach you You will learn how to master your habits and how to stay consistent, how to learn what foods to eat and when to lose weight, how to get healthy from the inside out, how to have fewer carb and sugar cravings, how to emotionally eat less often and break through plateaus, how to maintain your weight loss and master your mindset and hold yourself accountable. And we are going to celebrate along the way. We're a good vibes only community. I don't do any drama. And I encourage my members to celebrate each and every win in our community so that you learn how to take action from a place of positivity. You will have everything you need to lose your weight and keep it off. Again, I offer a 14-day money back guarantee. If you join, do the work, and aren't happy, request a refund within your first 14 days and I'll give you your money back. And if you join during this live training, you'll receive my perfect prep blueprint with a 3-part formula that you can rinse and repeat to batch healthy lunches for the week, plus 5 recipes to get you started. Just click that button below and enroll today, or go to weightlossforhealth.com/enroll. As I mentioned earlier, mindset is the foundation of a healthy lifestyle, and mastering your mindset requires you to overcome fears. And I have strategies or coaching options to help you overcome all of your weight loss fears. If you're afraid of being hungry when fasting, there are ample suggestions to help you curb your hunger. If you're afraid of really going low carb, I teach you how to eat carbs and not gain weight. If you're afraid you're not going to be able to follow through, that's what Module 1 in the Mastering Your Habits Masterclass is for. So I'm going to teach you how to overcome your fears. And I'm going to teach you how to stop accepting excuses from yourself, like these ones on the slide. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't want to be restricted. I can't keep it off. I can't follow a meal plan. I never follow through, etc., etc., etc. I teach you that these are limiting thoughts and you're going to learn how to overcome. So to join today, all you have to do is go to weightlossforhealth.com/enroll, and you're going to click that enroll now button. And then you're going to fill out your information here. I'm going to skip through that part a little bit. You're going to select complete my purchase. And that's going to take you to a page after you purchase the program where you can schedule that lifestyle audit that I was talking about. And you certainly don't have to schedule that. That's really for people who want to optimize their program as much as possible, get my eyes on their plan, and be sure that they're moving in the right direction. And so if you don't want that, you just say, no, thanks, take me to my purchase. And then that's going to show you in just a second. You have to see Meryl Streep here. She's going to be jumping up and down just like I am when you join. And she's telling you, check your email. Don't forget to check your spam and promotions folders too. Very, very important. So let's do that. So you can see that one of the emails for the lifestyle audit confirmation landed in my primary, but the other one for the course itself, the program, landed in the promotions folders. And so I star and I bookmark it so it moves into my inbox because you're going to want to save these emails. And then that orientation email will walk you through exactly step by step what to do. So be sure that you read that entire orientation email first and then complete the steps so that you don't forget about them. Okay. So one thing that I think is really important to mention is to do it scared. If you're still with me, you want this. The only thing that's holding you back is your fear that maybe you can't make it work. Maybe you're going to invest in this and not see results, but maybe you will. What if you do make this work? What then, my friend? You're going to blow your own mind, and I want you to at least give yourself a chance. I get that right now you may have some fears popping into your head, like that little devil on your shoulder trying to cast doubt into your ability to lose weight and keep it off. Here's the deal. The only way you can fail is to quit. And this program is structured to make you not want to quit. You're surrounded with honest, vulnerable women who are following the same program and doing the work. And do you think that they all signed up with 100% confidence in themselves or the program? Absolutely not. They did it scared. They weren't sure they had what it took, but they took a leap of faith. And yeah, you might be nervous. You might be scared, but believe this is possible for you. Do it scared. Your life can look different. Your body can look different. The only thing getting in your way is fear. And the only way to get over that fear is to move through it. There's no way around, only through. And I teach you how to do that in my program. So let's get into the Q&A. If you want to enroll live, don't forget that you need to do it in the next 5 or 10 minutes while I'm on live Q&A. Otherwise, you're going to lose that perfect prep blueprint bonus. All right, so let's get into the live Q&A. If you're on the fence about joining the program, I want you to write in the comments, I'm on the fence because, and tell me why you're on the fence. So a couple of common things that I get. I'm going to go to video so you can see my face here. Hello. Okay. Hi. So a couple common questions that I get that I have pulled up is, I'm going to try things on my own first. And let me tell you what, you can learn a lot on Google, but you can learn a lot of wrong information on Google. You can spend thousands of hours going down Google rabbit holes, or you can invest some money and get a step-by-step proven program that's worked for other women in your stage of life. So if you want to do it on your own, you are certainly welcome to do that. But I do think that if you don't have a background in how to decipher true from false information about weight loss, it does make it a little bit harder. And so I'm here to kind of be that expert resource. I've gone before you. I've used the program. I teach other women how to use the program. And then you don't have to spend so much time Googling. You can spend more time learning and implementing and getting results. So I don't know if now is the right time. How much time is this going to take? I usually recommend people give it about an hour a week to go through the program so that you're not overwhelmed, because you will have access to everything right away. You have access to all of those trainings right away, but there's no need to just binge watch them in a weekend, right? Hopefully you're going to be slowly implementing these over the course of months, but for the first 8 to 10 weeks, give yourself a good hour to go through the trainings each week. And then if you want to join office hours, you're more than welcome to do that. There's 2 hours of office hours each week with me. So I think we have another question pulling through here. Let's see. Oh, lots of questions coming in. So one person said, I'm doing Noom now, so I think that this might be too much at one time, even though I totally agree with your approach. Well, thank you. Let's see, Cactus Joe. I think that that's valid. I've had people come to me from Noom. Noom does have a behavioral based approach, but I still don't think that they do the best job at educating you on like the macronutrients side of things. I think that people coming from Noom that I see sometimes are underfueling their bodies and protein and fat. And my program is really designed to help you not only lose weight, but age well. So many people on other programs, they're not eating enough protein. They're putting their bone health at risk as they age. So you can absolutely, I get that you think it might be too much, but you can use the principles that you learn in Weight Loss for Health to optimize what other program you want, or this can just be your new program. So I would encourage you, there is that 14-day money back guarantee. So you're welcome to join it, put 2 weeks of worth of work into it and see what you think. So a couple other things, are office hours set or do they change every week? So office hours are set just for my schedule. It is easier for me to have a recurring meeting. And usually my members like to know okay, office hours is every Wednesday at 11 Central Time. So for new members, I've actually extended office hours by 1 hour. So there's 2 hours of office hours each week, every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 11 to noon is for mindset work. And I usually take 1 to 2 people, do deep dives into their limiting thoughts and beliefs about weight loss. Like, Morgan, I don't know why I emotionally ate today. Can you help me work through that and really find that limiting thought and fix it? And then 12 to 1 is going to be really for those new members who are going through week by week, because I send you emails each week. This week, watch, this module. This week, watch this module. And you're going to have questions come up. And I wanted to be able to be more available to you. So for the first 10 weeks, I believe, following the program, you'll have a special hour where you can come and ask program related questions. And you are so welcome to post questions in the community. I'm happy to answer them there. Or you can fill out kind of a form even beforehand. And if it's helpful for the whole group, I'm going to answer it live so that people listening to the replay can have access to that helpful information as well. Let me work through a couple other things. So the Carb Manager program is available at no additional cost. So people sometimes ask, do I have to buy anything else, or is this the only thing that I buy? This is the only thing that you have to buy. Carb Manager is free to use. Some people like the premium version, and that's about $30 to $40 a year. And the primary role of that is to unlock certain features that I don't even use or get recipes. So completely up to you. I think that it's a very much personal preference on if you want the premium version, but you certainly don't need it. So, do you drink during a 16-8 fast? So Holly answered only water and unsweetened tea or coffee. That's a good answer. I think sometimes if you're new to intermittent fasting, I recommend electrolytes. LMNT has an unflavored electrolyte. That's a good one. And then they have flavored electrolytes, but you'd want to keep the flavored ones in your feeding window. So even artificially sweetened things, that's something that people don't understand is those artificial sweeteners, while they might not raise your blood sugar, they can still cause your blood insulin to go up and contribute to weight gain. And I teach you about that inside of Fuel. So I think there's some good questions. Does this work if I'm post-menopause? Good question. This works better than anything else if you're postmenopausal, because after menopause, your estrogen levels go down, and that alone will increase your insulin resistance. So if your program is not tailored to combat those hormonal changes, you're going to struggle to lose weight. And what's worse is after menopause, your risk for osteoporosis, heart disease, diabetes, and dementia goes up. And if you're not targeting that with lifestyle approaches like I teach you in my program, unfortunately, your risk for all of those things is going to go up as well. And I want you to prevent all of that. So I've really designed my program with health first. Weight loss is a byproduct of better health. Do you have instructions on effective exercise to help me lose weight? I have instructions to help you understand that you don't need to exercise a ton to lose weight. I think that that's a common misconception that we need to exercise a lot. I'm a big advocate of strength training. And I think that it's important to recognize there's three primary forms of exercise that I talk about in the program. There's aerobics, there's strength, there's mobility or flexibility. We are historically way overdoing it on the aerobic or the cardio, underdoing it on the other two. If you want to maintain your mobility and maintain your function as you age, cardio is not going to get you very far because cardio doesn't build muscle. You need strength training, and then you need flexible joints to be able to keep getting up from the floor and getting up from chairs. So I do link you to external resources whom I trust to actually walk you through like exercise programs, but I don't give you exercise tutorials or anything like that. I give you the parameters, and then I give you resources to execute on those parameters. Do I have to buy certain foods in your program? No. So I like to say no food is off limits. You can do my program if you're vegan, vegetarian, carnivore. If you want to do keto, you certainly can. There is no one size fits all approach. I really give you the principles of nutrition, of fueling your body. And then you can use those principles to eat whatever foods you want. And I help you kind of figure out the best sources of protein and fiber for your lifestyle choices. But I do not sell supplements. I think that we really need to work from a whole foods perspective. There are certain supplements I might recommend, like vitamin D or omega-3s, but I don't have certain brands that I'm an affiliate for or anything like that. Okay. I think that we're doing well, guys. I don't see any other questions that my assistant has typed in. Let me look on this other document here. I think that's it for now, but I will have a YouTube video coming out this Thursday that will address 8 common excuses that I hear around losing weight. So maybe diving into things that I didn't cover here, like what if my partner thinks I'm wasting money? Everything has failed. Why is this any different? Does this work if I'm diabetic, have thyroid disease, or I'm postmenopausal? What if I don't have a lot of weight to lose? So I'm going to be answering even more questions like that in this week's YouTube video. But thank you so much for joining live. Thank you for watching this replay. I am excited to see you on the inside of Weight Loss for Health and hear about all of your great transformations. Have a wonderful rest of your day.